Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting a Fan. How are you in YouTube land? Well, once again, we are using a very special department in the YouTube studio of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. I lovingly refer to it as the late night department, because right now the time is approximately 10:53 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. The moon is waxing in Libra and the sun is transiting in Leo. Well, I received some wonderful goodies after my return from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. And one of those goodies was this, Llewellyn's 2022 Tarot Calendar. And of course I'm going to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, do a close-up of the front of the cover, or rather the front cover, and I'm going to have him do a close-up of the back. I love that it has this rich, deep, forest green background. This is going to be a short video because what I'm going to do is just do a recap of like everything that's listed. So first, we have the Fool card for January, and interestingly enough, there's no spread. This is the first Llewellyn's Tarot Wall Calendar that I remember not having a spread for January, but more on that later. And it depicts the Fool from the Darkwood Tarot. And then we have, for February, appropriately, the Two of Cups, this time not from the Mermaid Tarot by Lisa Robertson, but the Two of Cups from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, and it does have a spread. It is called the Analyzing the Potential Spread. And it is one of those 5-card spreads that I love so much because it basically captures the essence of the 5 suits of the tarot, the major arcana and the 4 suits of the minor arcana. And then for March 2022, we have the Two of Swords from the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot. There is no spread for this entry, which I'm okay with because my copy of the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot is only for ritual work and spellcraft, and I do not use it, and specifically for ritual work and spellcraft for others. I have my own deck, my own tarot deck for ritual work and spellcraft for myself. And in case you're wondering, it is another Llewellyn deck. For April 2022, we have the Emperor from the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Tarot of the Hidden Realm is one of several tarot decks that I purchased. I want to say that I purchased it sometime between September 2019 and all of 2020 at Notions and Potions. Yes, sometimes I actually do shop in between readings at Notions and Potions. And then we have this gorgeous, I must admit, I do not remember if I'd ever heard of this tarot deck. It's called the Heaven and Earth Tarot. But this year, I've participated in courses with Mother House of the Goddess again. And one of the courses in which I'm participating, in which I participated rather, is the Mary Novena, the Mother Mary Novena. And I had also participated in their Black Madonna's Novena course. And my connection to Mother Mary, or as Judica Illis refers to her, Mary the Blessed Mother, is so much stronger than I ever thought it would be, in spite of being a happily recovered Catholic. So I want to show you this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous High Priestess card from the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Now, to me, this is the embodiment of the Mary month of May, as Kimberly Moore, the living goddess who founded the Mother House of the Goddess, would say. Interestingly enough, Kimberly Moore and I have several things in common. One of them is that we don't do belting. But she reminded me during the Black Madonna's course, the Black Madonna's Novena, that May for her is the Mary month of May. So until I begin celebrating Beltane, either individually, privately, collectively, or in a group ritual, for me, Mother Mary shall be my guiding goddess for May of every year. And then for June 2022, we have the Magician from the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. Now, for the record, I have always loved Raphael's artwork. And I must admit that I love the fact that there is a cat, almost like a cat gargoyle hybrid, facing out from the altar of the magician. And of course, I love that the magician in this tarot deck is female. And of course, I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person, Drake, for my YouTube videos, do a close-up of this card. Isn't she gorgeous? And she is definitely radiating power. And I just love the look of the card, and I really do love the artwork. And of course, I find it interesting that the spread is called Having a Bad Day. I must admit, there are some tarot decks there are some tarot spreads that make me laugh. For July 2022, we have the Ace of Swords from the Animal Totem Tarot. Oh, actually, before I go any further, I wanted to do a quick recap. So, I do not have the Rider-Waite Smith, but I do have the Universal Waite, and I have the Radiant Rider-Waite. I do have the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot. I do have the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. I do not yet have the Heaven and Earth Tarot. By the way, there was no spread there. I do not yet have the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. I do have the Animal Totem Tarot, and now going forward, for August 2022, we have the Wheel of Fortune from Tarot in Wonderland, which all of you know I have. In fact, I have every tarot deck that was written by Barbara Moore and illustrated by Eugene Smith, with the exception of, and this is a purchase to be, the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot, because I was supposed to buy it after my Philadelphia vacation last year, especially when I saw the death card depicting Edgar Allan Poe on the Philly Tarot deck. And I was like, oh, I gotta buy this deck. And for September 2022, we have the Six of Pentacles from the Fairy Wheel Tarot. This has no spread, but I must admit, I'm drawn to this deck, and I think that I have been drawn to this deck before. And I believe it was a card that's depicted in the Llewellyn's 2021 tarot calendar, but I'll recheck that in a moment. The page for October 2022, we have the Page of Wands from the Halloween Tarot. For November 2022, we have the Moon from the Silk du Tarot, and it has a spread. It's called Through the Shadows spread. I must admit, this is the second tarot deck in this calendar that I'm on the fence about. Now, sometimes, actually, virtually every time that I have been on the fence about a tarot deck, I usually wind up buying it. But there's something about the artwork, and I'm going to have my awesome audiovisual person, Drake, for my YouTube videos, do a close-up of this card. Now, I don't hate the artwork. I don't think I've ever encountered any artist's works that I hate. And I've said before, online and off, that I do not allow myself to hate anyone or anything. Quite frankly, my soul and my spirituality are far too precious for me to welcome hate. I can be disgusted by something or someone, but that's another story. Or as I would say, that is another topic for another video for another day. Although don't expect me to do a video on that anytime soon. But there's something about this artwork that reminds me a lot of Jasmine Beckett Smith. Now, Jasmine Beckett Smith is a very talented artist, and she has illustrated a lot of Lucy Cavendish's Oracle card decks. In fact, I know that Lucy Cavendish has an Alice in Wonderland themed Oracle card deck. I don't remember the exact phrasing of the title, but I do remember that I wanted to love the artwork. There is also another tarot deck that has an Alice in Wonderland theme, and I believe it was published by US Game Systems. And, you know, as much as I want to like it, and clearly the universe keeps bringing me Alice in Wonderland themed things and items, and I was even reminded of the Alice's Teacup. In fact, Drake and I are looking forward to returning to the public theater at the Delacorte Theater in Central Park to watch their production of Merry Wives. And believe me, I have missed the public theater at the Delacorte Theater in Central Park in Manhattan, New York City. Anyway, and then finally, for December 2021, we have the Judgment card from the Mystic Fairy Tarot by Linda Ravenscroft. And I must tell you, I am long overdue to replace this deck. Linda Ravenscroft illustrated it and Barbara Moore wrote it. And remember how I said that January did not have a spread? That's because December 2022 has a spread. And of course I'm going to have Drake, also known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, do a close-up both of the Judgment card from the Mystic Fairy Tarot, which is so appropriate and so beautiful. And I'm also going to have him do a close-up of the year-end wrap-up spread, which I must admit I'm very excited about. And I have plenty of time to purchase all of the decks that I want to purchase, and of course to finally replace my copy of the Mystic Fairy Tarot. And there you have it. And I will tell you once again, please, please, please buy this tarot deck. Buy this tarot wall calendar. And I say this because I think it is one of the most beautiful, perfect gifts for anybody who loves the tarot, who is in lust with the tarot, who gives readings for friends and family only, who gives readings professionally like yours truly, who is in lust with the tarot like yours truly, who is studying tarot, who is teaching tarot, who used to teach tarot, also like yours truly. And it's a perfect gift. They will think of you all year long. And the other reason why I lovingly, zealously, passionately recommend buying this calendar is because prior to the publication of the very first Llewellyn's tarot-themed wall calendar, Llewellyn Publishing did not publish a tarot-themed annual for a decade. A decade. And eventually I will show you my copies of Llewellyn's tarot readers from 2004 to 2008. I do not show them because they're damaged somewhat. They're stained terribly. There was a time when I had a massive pest problem in my apartment, and they look embarrassingly bad. And I've become like my late maternal grandmother with regards to, oh my God, there's a mess! Clean it up! I need to clean it up right now! It's a fanatic thing. I mean, it's like, give me a Valium and a 3 olive martini and then I'll get over it. But seriously, I cannot recommend buying this calendar enough. I cannot encourage you to buy this calendar for yourselves or others enough. I always recommend buying it directly from Llewellyn because you will find it probably at an inexpensive price than another publishing house or a partnering publishing house or a metaphysics store. And you know I'm very happy to recommend metaphysics stores like Catland Books and like Notions and Potions. But the fact of the matter is that it makes me so deeply happy and peaceful to see a Llewellyn annual that is tarot themed. We all know they have Western astrological themed annuals. We all know they have witchy and spell themed annuals. We all know they have herbal and essential oil themed annuals, and they're wonderful. And I love them all, even though I don't buy them all. I do love them. But this is the only annual, other than Llewellyn's daily planetary guides, that I purchase every year. And the main reason I purchase Llewellyn's daily planetary guides is because the High Priestess of Grove Argentum, which is a Manhattan-based chapter of the International Fellowship of the Goddess Isis, and of course being an initiated companion of Grove Argentum, uses it. So for me, it's like, well, of course. So I definitely love this annual, and I love recommending it. And it is such a no-brainer gift for anybody who loves the tarot, is in lust with the tarot, studies the tarot, teaches the tarot, collects tarot decks. So, and I want to hear from y'all. Did you have this calendar? Have you purchased it? Have you ordered it? Because I will ask in future videos. So this is not just my brief review of this deck. of this calendar, but it's also my PSA for this calendar. Anyway, YouTube, as always, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you so much for all the likes. Thank you so much for all the comments. Thank you so much for all the shares. And remember, just because I don't use a particular share button or a particular social media listing that's on YouTube share buttons doesn't mean you cannot share it on that thing. Like, I no longer use Facebook, so of course, and I never use Facebook Messenger, but that does not preclude you from sharing this video on Facebook or Facebook Messenger. I also don't use Reddit. I don't have anything against Reddit per se, I'm not drawn to using it. I may, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But in any event, so thank you again. Oh, and of course, thank you so much to those of you who have scheduled your sessions. I know that I have my first reading since my return from #Philadelphia Vacation 2021 scheduled this Friday, and I already have a Goddess Energy Healing Attunement scheduled for next Monday. So I'm very excited. So those of you who want to schedule your sessions, I would recommend you do so sooner than later. Oh, and Mary Burrell, you will be hearing from me soon with regards to my order of Smudge Mist. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, have a wonderful weekend, and of course, stay tuned for the next video.